Hello, my friends. It is Numot Kenji back for a draft, but this time it's not Vintage Cube. This time it is M19. Set is finally released online. I've got at least 15 drafts under my belt at this point, and haven't been doing super hot in these, but been enjoying the new format, as I do with all new formats, I'm sure. After a few weeks or whatever, I'll get a little bit tired of it, having done a ton of the drafts already. But for now, it's fresh, it's new, it's enjoyable. So let's jump in a single elimination competitive draft and see how we can do. I think I'm probably going to end up taking the rare here, which is Goreclaw, Terror of Calcisma. Very powerful card, 4 mana, 4/3. Reduces the cost of your bigger creatures, and then whenever it attacks, it gives those creatures +1/+1 against trample until end of turn, including itself. So when it attacks, it's a 5/4 trampler. Time about to expire here. You have Herald of Faith, Switcheroo, Aven Windmage. Some of their fine playables, but I think we're going to take the Goreclaw and see what we can make of that. Ooh, and now we have what, in my opinion, might just be the best uncommon, certainly the best 2-drop. Dryad Greenseeker. This card is amazing. I don't think I initially gave this card enough credit, but 2 mana for a 1/3 is already, like moderate stats in this format, where a lot of people are running 2-power creatures. But look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. So 40% of the time, this is just going to be tap to draw a card, which is crazy to think about the power level on a 2-drop. Every time I've played with this card so far, it has been stellar. Obviously, you're going to have some games where it doesn't reveal land, but that means you're drawing spells. But then there are also games where I've drawn like 5, 6, 7 cards off of this one card. The only other card I'm passing here really is the Rabid Bite, which is unfortunate since it's also green, but I am not going to pass a Dryad Greenseeker. Very good pick here. Pack 3, Skyrider Patrol, 2/3 flying for 4, so medium stats in limited, but very nice ability on this one. At the beginning of your upkeep, at the beginning of your combat on your turn, you can play a blue and a green, and put a 1/1 counter on another target creature you control, and if you do, that creature gains flying until end of turn. So a good win con all on its own, another way to help push through the fat creatures in the green deck, give them a little evasion. I think Skyrider Patrol is going to be an easy pick here for me. Other good cards, Essence Scatter, maybe Foul Orchard, Fiery Finish is a solid but slow removal spell, and then Gift of Paradise. Very good start to this draft. I am very happy with where we're at, and again, yeah, Sift is one of the better blue cards for sure. Card draw always potent, and Sift, letting you look at 3 new cards, is definitely nice, even if you have to discard one of those at the end there. Don't think there's really much consideration in this pack. I do like the Satyr Enchanter. I think the green-white enchantment deck can be fun, and when it comes together, it's powerful, but it's hard to do. Otherwise, the green-white deck is not too powerful. Volley Veteran also okay, especially if you get like a Goblin Instigator. Can often turn this into like a Flame Tongue Kabu effect, but happy to take a Sift to follow up that Skyrider Patrol. Alright, some good follow-up picks here. Centaur Courser. Doesn't get much more average, but completely good average as the Centaur Courser, just a 3 mana 3/3, especially in this format. Woodland Stream is fine, Colossal Dreadmaw, and then we have a removal spell in a Dwindle. I think here I kind of just like taking the Courser for curve purposes, but Woodland Stream and Colossal Dreadmaw also fine considerations, as well as the Dwindle. I don't know, it might actually be better to take the Dwindle, since it's a removal spell of sorts, over the Centaur Courser. I think you're more likely to see Coursers go by, but again, I just have to be a little bit cautious as I did pass that Rabid Bite, so I might send some weird signals. Much filler here. I don't mind Wall of Mist, although I don't think I particularly want to take it here. We could take Highland Lake, for instance, for potential splashing. Plummet's completely fine too, as well as Frilled Sea Serpent. What is the card that I'm going to most want to see? I think it's probably just the Plummet. Again, none of these cards are like super main deckable, super exciting, and Plummet's a nice one to have in your green decks. Going to take the Basilisk here over the Spider. I think Spider is medium in this format. It's obviously fine. In any core set, Giant Spider does a decent job, but I think Basilisk generally is going to be a little bit better, especially if I do pick up some Rabid Bites to combo with it. Elvish Clan Caller. Don't think that's too much of a card I want to take here. Search your library for a card named Elvish Clan Caller, so it only tutors for itself. I do have the Skyrider Patrol, which is an elf, but beyond that, it's not doing too much. I think Salvager here might have the highest upside, as we already have a Sift that it can get back. Filler pack here. Most playable is probably the Dwarven Priest or the Waltz. Macabre. I think I've heard all of the ways to pronounce this. And I think there's actually multiple pronunciations, so I think we're more likely to pair black with green-blue than white, so we'll take the Waltz. Okay, more filler cards here. I'm actually a fan of the Vampire Neonate. I think it's decent at blocking early game creatures and then kind of just being super annoying later in the game. Plus, there are a lot of life gain matters cards in the format, so this gets bonus value in that particular deck. But we'll just take the 2/3. Alright, Foul Orchard is not bad, nor is Titanic Growth. Both are considerations here. We'll just take the solid pump spell. Sideboard Naturalize, not bad. Alright, so pretty good start to our first pack, I think. We opened the Gore Claw, got a Skyrider Patrol, Dryad Green Seeker, and a Sift in short order. Yeah, green-blue's looking good. I'll take the Wall of Mist here over the second Scholar, but unlikely to play either of those. The green-blue deck really needs those either tempo or removal spells. You know, I'm looking for the Exclusion Mage, the 3-mana 2/2 that bounces, or I'm looking for Disperses, I'm looking for those Rabid Bites that I was talking about earlier. Or maybe even some potential splash cards. Psy Master Thopterist. I've been enjoying this card in my standard Storm deck, but I don't think that's the card that we want to take here. Regal Bloodlord is one of those payoff cards for the black-white life gain deck. Doesn't seem great on the surface, 5 mana for a 2/4 flyer, but this ability does get pretty annoying, and it triggers at the end of each turn, not just at the end of your turn. There's a Star-Crowned Stag, which I think is one of the better commons in the set. Just makes it very, very hard to block, racing in your favor. But we'll take the Elvish Rejuvenator here. It's a good card. 3 mana 1/1 that effectively ramps you for 1. Bugler also fine, but I'm going to take that Rejuvenator. Okay, a few decent choices here. There's a Hieromancer's Cage, which is a good removal spell. Reclamation Sage, Bristling Boar, Rejuvenator, and a Spider. I think because we have the Gore Claw, it might be better to take the Bristling Boar. But Reclamation Sage definitely does some good work. I think there are a decent number of artifacts and enchantments that people end up playing in this format, so I'm going to go ahead and just take the uncommon over the common this time. Next pack. Draconic Disciple, a very good uncommon. I don't think I'm going to take it here and consider splashing. I'm just going to take the Colossal Dreadmaw, which I think is a little bit better than the Gaspark Twins. Similar, of course, but I think the Twins is just a little bit too expensive. It's surprising. Like, it's the difference between 6 mana and 7 mana is actually like 2 or 3 turns in limited, so take the Dreadmaw here. Ooh, this is one of my favorite cards. Psychic Corrosion. A blue and 2 for an enchantment. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. Very easy to mill people out. Kind of goes off plan with what we're currently doing, though, so Recollect, Cancel, and maybe Spider here, all considerations. I think I kind of like taking the Recollect and seeing where we go with that. Yeah, I really like Corrosion, and if I had opened it in a pack with maybe not too many other good cards, build around, but don't think it's going to be making our deck here. Haven Wind Mage is a nice pickup. Aviation Pioneer, also a solid one. We're definitely going to want to pick up some more instants and sorceries. Again, I'm looking for that, you know, Disperse or other bounce effects. Maybe even a Totally Lost wouldn't be that bad, but we'll take the 2/2 flyer, passing a Suspicious Bookcase, which I think is decent as well. Ooh, a Switcheroo and a Departed Deckhand. I'm a big fan of this 2-drop here. Does a ton of work. There are, I think, only 2 or 3 spirits in the excuse me, in the entire set. So oftentimes this just becomes a 2/2 unblockable that they have to use a removal spell on. Furthermore, it's a good endgame card as well because, well, if you read its ability, it can make another creature effectively unblockable. So good take here. I think that's better than Switcheroo. Essence Scatter, Rock's Oracle. I'm a big fan of Essence Scatter. I'm not a huge fan of Rock's Oracle. 5 mana is a lot for a creature that has only 2 toughness, and even though it draws a card, I often try to, pick this up late if I'm going to play them at all. That being said, it does go well with the Goreclaw, but I think Scatter's a better card. That's a very late Strangling Spores. We'll go ahead and take that potentially splashable removal spell over another Wall of Mist. Uncomfortable Chill is a fine card to cycle and kind of get them in combat. Another Uncomfortable Chill. Take that. Sideboard. Haven't tried the Either Tunnel out yet. I'm not sure how I feel about this card. A blue and a colorless for an enchant creature aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. I think that could have a home somewhere. I'm not sure if this is the particular deck for it. Here we'll take the cancel. And another cancel. Unlikely to run 2 cancels, but I don't generally mind running, say, 1 of them. Pack 2 was definitely not as good, in my opinion, as Pack 1 was. As in Pack 1 we got some power and some good card draw and whatnot. But it's going fine here. I'm not too concerned since we still have another entire pack to go. And we do have enough quote-unquote playables in the sideboard if we really need to. But looking for a little more power and a little more interaction. Otherwise, I think we're okay. Come on, Pack 3, give me the goods. Maybe Vivian Reed is the best card to open here. What's a good blue one? Like Gin of Wishes would be fine. No. God, I open this card so often, it feels like. Just stupid Alpine Moon. Bleh. Alright, this is a consideration to splash now. We have Poison Tip Archer here, and that would probably mean I end up splashing the Strangling Spores if we do that. Otherwise, we're taking another Elvish Rejuvenator, passing a Plague Mare, Fiery Finish, another Volley Veteran, Archer. Yeah, I think we'd probably just take the Poison Tip. This is not where we want to be for our first pick. I could also just say to hell with it with the black card and take the Elvish Rejuvenator and look to pick up some more fatties, as this keeps me on theme. But I think this is higher potential, so we'll take the Archer and see what happens. Gonna need to get past some good ones here. Wouldn't mind, Prodigious Growth, something like that. Patient Rebuilding, maybe. That'd be another nice one. That was definitely not the card that we wanted to see in our opening Pack 3. What else? Yeah, I guess we're probably just taking another Colossal Dreadmaw here over the Thornhide Wolves. I think the Dreadmaw is just straight up better than the Wolf by a large amount. Only losing out on like a Totally Lost. Another pretty lackluster pack. Okay. Some more good cards not in my color. Lich's Caress, good removal spell. Electrify, good removal spell. Bloodletter, Stag. We do have some playables here, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the Thornhide Wolf, but again, not thrilled with this pick. There's that Rock's Oracle now that I can take. Another Starcrown Stag, wow. Wonder if there was some white deck that I should have been in, because I kind of jumped on the Skyrider Blue-Green Patrol pretty early. But I don't think we've seen too much other white than the Stags, have we? We haven't really seen Pegasus Coursers or Cavalry. Yeah, let's take the rocks here. Maybe wheel the Either Tunnel. Bone to Ash. Another Lich's Caress? Yikes. Chat, or not chat, I'm talking to stream. Viewers of this draft, you'll have to tell me if there was a really good green-black deck I was passing, because now here's another Lich's Caress. And here I am taking, I think, a Bone to Ash. It's... I could make a really late switch and take this Caress. I do have Strangling Spores, Poison Archer. How many playables would I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's probably a little bit too risky. I'm going to take the Bone to Ash. Okay, well, there's some blue-black fixing. Here it looks like I'm just going to be taking a Frilled Serpent. No, I lied. I'm taking Submerged Boneyard and considering splashing the black. Filler cards. Nothing good here. Diregraph Ghoul and the Recollect. Just not going so hot for us. Yeah, Skeleton Archer. It feels like black was open and I just didn't read the signals in time. I wonder if I should take that Skeleton Archer. Because I don't think Talons of Wildwood is that great. Maybe play that. Yeah, Fel Spectre on the wheel too, jeez. Oh man, mistakes were made. I have made some mistakes. We'll take the Totally Lost here this time. Another Sea Serpent. Okay, well if I end up splashing black, we get these two cards. And maybe the Archer. I don't think we bring in the Archer though. And then I could cut some more of the filler. Say something like Uncomfortable Chill, maybe. I mean, Skeleton Archer is a better card than some of the other creatures I have right now. It's just how often am I going to have the fixing available to me? Because we do have the Boneyard, but we don't have much else. I guess Rejuvenator is like pseudo-fixing. Let's take a look at our creature split. Oh, actually, you know what? This is not too bad. I wish I had maybe one more piece of fixing. There was that Foul Orchard I could have taken earlier, but I don't think this is that bad. I think splashing for Archer and Strangling Spores is probably okay when I don't have too much removal. But we do have a good curve and some good other interaction, right? Essence Scatter, Cancel, Bone to Ash, Dwindle, Totally Lost. So it's not like this is a complete whiff of a draft, but it's definitely not exactly where I wanted to be. I think we wanted to be in like a green-black deck. Maybe splashing for like Skyrider Patrol, but I think we can salvage this. And remember, this is single elimination though, so if I lose the first round, that's it. Let's see, 8, 2, 6. That gives me 8 green sources, 7 blue, 3 black. It's a little bit low on blue when I have 2 double blue counters. But I think that's probably doable. Alright, let's save the deck and try to get there for round 1. Here we are for round 1 of our M19 draft with the Sultai Jank. Let's play first. And oh my gosh, what is happening here? 6 lands and a scatter, I think, is a mulligan, even though we have perfect mana. Much better. Wow, great. Amazing hand. Turn 2 Green Seeker is awesome. Skyrider Patrol is great, and we have an Essence Scatter even. Hey, this guy! Alright, certainly keeping the 6, and we're going to bottom that land, as Green Seeker should be able to find us some more. Swamp from our opponent. Ooh, a Departed Deckhand even. Okay, this is a little bit interesting. I could get aggro here, but I think we just want to start accruing value with the Green Seeker. And I'm almost certainly not going to hold up Essence Scatter on turn 2. So let's just play Departed Deckhand and pass. We can use the Green Seeker at end of turn. Not worth it for 1 point of damage. We have 14 lands left in our deck, or like 45% to hit a land. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 14 lands left in our deck, 14 out of 32, maybe 40-ish%. Seems good to me. If you could tap a creature and 40% of the time draw a card with it, I think you would take that. Looks like we're playing similar colors here, Sultai. And when I say similar, I mean the same. Elvish Rejuvenator. Same cards even. Okay. I don't think I've seen an Elvish Rejuvenator whiff yet. That would be surprising. Yeah, they hit a swamp. End of turn. Activate. We're drawing Goreclaw. And so now the fact that we're not drawing a land this turn means after we draw the Goreclaw, we want to activate and see if we hit a land. Which we're not. Unfortunate. So we're just going to attack with the Deckhanded Pass. We're drawing Titanic Growth next turn. We do get to Essence Scatter if they have a creature here. But that's not quite where we want to be. Good news is our hand is powerful spells, right? We've drawn a good part of our deck. Remember that time I bottomed the land after scrying? I remember. Alright, draw the growth. Activate Green Seeker. There's a land. Go to combat here. Attack for 2. Now the question is, do I want to run into a counterspell if they have one? Oh, looks like they might have a Spores here. Sure, to kill my deckhand. Now the answer is obviously yes, I'm fine to play out the Goreclaw. Now with the Strangling Spores gone, less likely they'll have a removal spell for it unless they just have a Lich's Caress, which they obviously very easily could. But if Goreclaw survives a turn, then I think we're in a good spot, for sure. Manolith into... Exclusion Mage to bounce. Okay. Not the worst turn for the opponent, and we'll take a damage. Alright, we drew a land, so no reason to use the Green Seeker right now, since we can use it as a blocker first. Don't mind just running out the Goreclaw once again. I don't like the fact that I don't get to hold open Essence Scatter this turn, but since we have totally lost, I'm not overly concerned. Hopefully they don't have too much more removal. Colossal Dreadmaw, that would have been a good one to Essence Scatter. Alright, we'll take the hit here, draw a card. Nice. Oh, that's pretty good. We can either dwindle the Dreadmaw, or we can like totally lost it. I think I want to actually activate the Green Seeker this turn though and see if we can hit an island. Okay, no, we're not. Because if I hit an island there, I could dwindle and hold up Scatter, or play Skyrider Patrol and activate. But let's see if they block and we can go for a Titanic Growth if not. Yeah, a little bit awkward that we only have access to one island currently. But this is fine. Looks like they're just going to take the hit, which I am fine with as well. And I think... I think I'm just going to pass the turn with Totally Lost, Titanic Growth, and Essence Scatter open. We can really blow them out if they go for like a Rabid Bite as well. Four cards left in their hand. They have access to 7 mana currently. Now this is the downside. By activating the Green Seeker, I am potentially taking a bit more damage here. I'm actually going to take this hit and see what they do, because they might play like a 7/7 here or something like that, and I want to be able to Essence Scatter it. Thornhide Wolves. Yep, that's probably good enough for me to scatter. And now if they have a Rabid Bite, they're more likely to use it, but I have the Titanic Growth. Boom. Called that. Draw our 2/2 flyer. Let's activate to try to find some land, which we did not hit, unfortunately. Bash in with a 5/4, and now I think we just dwindle their their Dreadmaw. Pass. Good turn for us. Well, good turn on their turn for us anyways. Oh, is this a Meteor Golem? Palaka Worm! Oh boy. That's not good. It's also not something that's something we want to totally lost here. Alright, well the good news is we're drawing a 3-mana 4/2 that draws us a card, so let's play that before doing anything else. There's our island. Yikes. That's kind of brutal, isn't it? Well, let's just play out our dues and pass, I guess. Might have to double block the Palaka Worm with my 2 fatties to try to kill it. Not ideal. Can also just try to race it. We'll see what they do here this turn. Oh no, are you kidding? Mirror image their Palaka Worm? Alright, well that's just absurd, and now the game cannot be won. They've gained 14 life. Yeah, let's see what we're... I mean, we're gonna play it out. They can kill 2 of my creatures here if they don't have anything, but they don't get to kill all 3. And they have a trick. Abnormal endurance to bring it back. Alright, that is GG. That is what we call absolutely demolished. Yeah, let's bring in another cancel, I think. Gross. Absolutely disgusting. Guess let's take out the 2/3 for 3. Yeah, and we know now we have to hold up some type of counter for Palaka Worms. I think that's one thing that's upsetting about this format. The core set, it does feel very rare driven. Now we did have a rare there of our own, of course, the Gore Claw, but Palaka Worm is just one of those cards that's in another league of its own. And so if you should cast it in a game, it seems like it's going to be very, very hard to win that game. There are a bunch of rares that are like that too. You know, if you don't have the removal spell for them, it's basically game over. I think Resplendent Angel is one of those cards as well. I mean, there's like Demanding Dragon or Demeaning Dragon, that type of thing. Good card though, good play. All right, game 2. Let's be on the play again. Yeah, the opponent wasn't very fast. I'll go ahead and keep this. We're on the play, so the cancel's a little bit better than it would be if we were on the draw. But I'm hoping that they don't come out of the gates too quickly. Forest, pass from the opponent. All right. More lands off the top for me, not what I want to see. I'll probably counter a Manolith here if they have one. I'm actually going to counter that too, since we have Bone to Ash in hand, and I don't want them to ramp their mana. That Recollect might not be terrible later in the game. Now I'm more likely to Bone to Ash just any other random creature here. Oh baby, he says. Alright, Basilisk is fine. Still not drawing any more action. You know what's going to happen, don't you? I'm going to play Dreadmaw on turn 6, and it's just going to get rabid bitten by the Basilisk. Rabidly bitten. But what are you going to do, right? I guess I could play Rock's Oracle instead. Yeah, that seems fine. Let's play the Oracle instead. And we will block if they offer the trade. We don't have Pelakka or mana this turn, so I think this is an okay play. But opponent missing land drops means we know they have a bunch of action in hand as well. Alright, they're offering up the block. We'll take it. More likely that our Dreadmaw does something now. Spider's fine. And they missed another land drop, so I think this is a good opportunity to resolve our Dreadmaw. Hope that they don't have the Lich's Caress. Might even be correct for me to recollect our cancel next turn, because we can just hold up on cancel now when we have dominating board presence. No removal here would be great. What if they have a Mind Rot? Probably discarding Strangling Spores and Greenseeker. Opponent's best play, though, with 5 mana was the Giant Spider last turn, so feeling pretty good. They must have a bunch of different options. Gravedigger, your Basilisk. Okay, I see it. I like it. And pass. That's not an awful draw. Let's attack for 6. Play Greenseeker. Pass the turn with Totally Lost and Bone to Ash open. They jam their land number 7 there. Exclusion Mage. Alright, we'll counter that. Don't want to replay out my Dreadmaw. And now they're going to play out their Basilisk. We're hoping to hit a swamp here. That would be excellent. Yep, might as well get in for 2. I like it. That is not a swamp. So are we going to be using our Dreadmaw to block? Because I don't really want to trade my Dreadmaw for the Basilisk right now. I think let's use the Greenseeker. Okay, I was going to say try to hit a swamp there, so that we could Strangling Spores. And now instead, I think we play the Forest, recollect our Cancel, and then just actually pass the turn here. Bide our time. Wait and see what the opponent does. Windmage is not doing anything versus the Giant Spider right now anyways. They have access to 7 mana now. So this cancel is probably going to have to do overtime work. Okay, let's see if they go to combat. Attack with their Basilisk, maybe. They know I have cancel in my hand, though. We have Submerged Boneyard and I think 2 swamps in our deck for black sources. Okay, second main, just pass the turn. Could go for the end of turn totally lost, but I don't think I do. Let's draw another card, potentially. Essence Scatter, that's not awful. Alright, let's play the Mage out and pass again. I'm in no rush. I only really need to counter something that's real scary, which I don't think that is either. Man, I kind of want to totally lost their Spider and start getting in with the Wind Mage. I think we might actually do that. Maybe that's bad, though. Four cards in hand. Suppose I can wait another turn. It's just so much better if we finally find the swamp for our Strangling Spores. Two-headed zombie. Don't think that's worth countering either. Remember, they know I have Cancel in my hand, so... I think they're playing out their less relevant threats. All right, activate. That is a good draw. That is a very good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skyrider Patrol. Go to combat. Yeah, we might as well pay. Put him on a nice little flying clock here. And I think I am going to activate the Green Seeker, try to hit a land. Perfect. Because I don't think we're using it as a blocker anyways. And now this is the turn that they have to try to do something. So it could be like a Rabid Bite here. Indeed it is. And now we go for the Totally Lost play, which is much more of a blowout than Cancel. Because not only are we setting them up to redraw that Basilisk next turn, but we still get to cancel anything else on a following turn. They do get to potentially hit me here for a bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough. I think they probably attack with Courser here too. And I think the Courser I just block with the Wind Mage. Because we still have lethal through the Skyrider Patrol and the Dreadmaw. So they're going to need to do something else here since they know I have a cancel in my hand. Waltz? What did they get back with Waltz? Ah, the Exclusion Mage. Okay, so that buys them some time. Definitely buys them some time. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get to play Dreadmaw, get to play the Boneyard. We are not paying. Because I want to hold up Scatter plus Cancel. We know they have the Basilisk that they just drew for the turn. So, could have Palaka Worm in hand that they've been sandbagging. That would make some sense. Looks like they're going to go to combat here first. If they attack with the 4-2, I'll block with my 6-6 and the 1-3. Seems like we should win next turn, though. Yeah, the Basilisk doesn't actually do anything by itself. They need to combine it with, say, another Rabid Bite, but they know I have Cancel in hand. So they're currently dead on board because I can make the Dreadmaw a flyer. I mean, I guess they just have to block, but we have the Strangling Spores they don't know about. I guess they're not technically dead on board, but dead enough. Draw land. Dwindle is also a very good draw. In fact, that's a better play here, as it blocks, it instantly dies, and then the trample damage will get through. So we dwindle the spider, we go to combat, pump up our Dreadmaw, attack for lethal. Seven flying trample. Get 'em. This doesn't work. The creature dies. Trample still carries over. Turns out 7 minus 7 is 0. Okay. Good play there. Let's see. This might be a matchup where I want to sideboard in the Waltz too. Just have extra redundancy. Doesn't seem awful. Is there anything like bad versus them per se? I think I like most of these cards. Like, we could just bring in another fatty too. Maybe that Titanic Growth isn't completely necessary, although it is good versus their fatter creatures, which we know they have plenty of. Actually, let me Google Rabid Bite real quick. I think it says creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Yeah, so actually Uncomfortable Chill kind of stops the Rabid Bite from the Basilisk onto any of my other creatures. That might not be awful, question mark? Maybe we can try that over Titanic Growth. I'm debating the Waltz, but I think we're just going to run it like this for game 3. Interesting match for sure. And, I mean, our hand is fine. It's not exciting at all, but it's a keeper on the draw, especially. Rejuvenator's not bad. Probably going to lead with that on turn 3 over anything else. Oh, they have a 2-drop? Meh, whatever. The 2/2 beats! I wonder how much damage that guy's going to do. Alright, there's the Rejuvenator again. If I had Essence Scatter, I think I probably would have just countered that. Alas, I do not. Deckhand, you're a turn too late, my friend. We're losing Dreadmaw, Green Seeker, and Archer. That kind of sucks. Get to play out Thornhide Wolf next turn. Trade off our 1/1s if they want to. Nope. Oh, they're just passing. Interesting. Well, that's got to be good for us. Alright, they're 1 mana away from Palaka Worm, so I think I'm probably just going to play Daggerback and pass. Until we hit that third blue source, I don't want to run out the deckhand. I think holding up counter here is good enough. Alright, they pass the turn back, 4 cards in hand. Boneyard's a good draw for us. They know I have a ton of counters, so even if they do hit 7 mana, they might not want to run out the worm. I don't care about that card. Doesn't do anything. Especially with that. Can just sit back for a teeny bit. We can start trying to race them here soon. I'm also one more land away from Dreadmaw plus cancel. Demon of Catastrophes. We let that resolve. We have the dwindle for that. Get in for 2. Keep holding up counters. Bone Dash, another good draw here. Alright, they hit their 7th land and the blue mana at that. Let's see what they opt to go for. Feels like we're in pretty good position, though. They play like a Dreadmaw. Definitely going to Bone Dash. Even if they just play like the 4-2 Menace, I'd probably end up Bone Dashing it. Again, pretty telling that I have counters in my hand since we're not activating the deckhand. It's a little annoying. Yeah, and honestly probably worth countering. Alright, there's that extra land now for Dreadmaw plus cancel. We know they have a Waltz in their deck too, though, so getting extra creatures in their graveyard is not ideal. That was a pretty spicy draw, actually. I think we're still leading out with Dreadmaw here. But Goreclaw going to do some good work. Hopefully, maybe, potentially. I mean, we can just start activating the deckhand now, put them on a 2-turn clock, which is more important, I think. So if they have something to target my deckhand, they're probably going to do it. And we will counter Lich's Caress for sure. I actually get to hit them for 12 damage next turn. He's got it all, folks. Am I losing on TV? So even if they have Palaka Worm here, that doesn't actually save them. Right? Because they would go back up to 11, then I can hit them for 12 again. I mean, if they just play a way to deal with the deckhand, I guess that works. Yeah, if they have like a Strangling Spores here, or something to that effect, just something to target my deckhand, that'll be good enough. Exclusion Mage is not good enough, because the deckhand doesn't care about being targeted by abilities, just spells. So they need something else here. Do they have it? They do, okay. And we might have ourselves a real game again. They're probably going to hit me for 3. Actually, they should attack with the Vigilance creature too. Oh, they're attacking with the 4/5. Huh. Oh, I will make that trade if allowed to. Yeah. We could lose this still. We could definitely lose this still. No good attacks this turn. Alright, no Palaka, please. Okay. I guess Skyrider Eel? Or whatever, Skyrider Elf? That's what we have to draw now? Oh my gosh. And this has to attack to get the buff. To give the buff. Jeez. Well, looks like it wasn't me who had it all, it was the opponent. I think we used our counters correctly, though. Skyrider, no, it's the Archer that's on the bottom of our library, thanks to the knowledge from Rejuvenator, but the Elf is still somewhere. I mean, knowing that they have a Waltz in their deck is also really bad for us. But I think we just end up taking a Palaka hit. That was not a great draw. I think we can sandbag that. Because remember, if they attack with Palaka, I just take it, then I can give all of these creatures +1/+1 in trample, which would be 6, 10, 14, 17 trample damage. We only saw Manalith for this, but I think we still hold on to it. Yeah, see, this is bad. I think I actually just take the hit here and hope to draw something. Man, Palaka Worm. So stupid good. So stupid good. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, though. They just drew their bomb. And even though I drew my rare as well, theirs was, again, a little bit bombier. We need to get a good top deck here. The fact that they attack this turn means they probably drew something. Otherwise, they just left themselves dead on board. So they might have drawn the Waltz. Yeah. Like how our opponent was complaining. He's got it all, folks. He's got it all. Risky. If I had a counter for the mage there, we win the game. Oh, we did draw the patrol. Oh my gosh. Can we actually pull this out? I think we go for the 2-turn clock here, ladies and gentlemen. Two-turn clock it is. That is exactly the card we were looking for, and we know one of their 2 cards in hand is just a stupid Thornhide Wolf, so here we go, another chance. An opportunity presents itself. Will we get it? All right, they're making an attack. They know it's game time. So let's soak up damage here. Chomp. Block. Am I dead to a... I'm dead to a Titanic Growth if they have one. This way I don't lose to Strangling Spores, though. All right. I make my blocks. I don't want to trade for the Pluck Worm, otherwise that gives him one more card to work with. All right, there's the wolf. And back up. Totally lost is nice. Now we get to attack with everything. Doesn't matter. Flying and trample. All right. Woof. Got that Skyrider Patrol right on time. Put him on a 2-turn clock, and we got there, ladies and gentlemen. That was a nice match, for sure. Do we want to make any changes for round 2? I don't think so. Let's just go to the second round. Alrighty, here we are for round 2 of this M19 draft. We are on the draw, and we have a nice hand. Any turn with a turn 2 Dread Green Seeker is going to be a nice hand. Oh man, an opponent's on a mulligan to 5 on the play. This hand might just run them over very, very quickly, depending on what they're playing. Ooh, got the combo. Turn 4 Goreclaw, turn 5 Rocks Oracle for cheap. I don't know if there's a better feeling in this format, honestly, than playing a turn 2 Dryad Green Seeker. It might just be the best possible. Alright, Courser from our opponent. Yeah, let's go land Basilisk, pass, holding up Green Seeker ability. I'm hoping they don't have a Rabid Bite for my Green Seeker, because then if I whiff on a land, we might actually have a scary game. I'll trade here if they allow it, though. Seems fine to me. Them being on a mulligan to 5 means trading 1 for 1 is quite good, and they know the power. Yeah, they just deal with the Green Seeker immediately. Not gonna lie, drawing a double blue card is a little bit awkward here, but hopefully that removal spell that they just used was their only one in hand. Because Goreclaw could just take over the game at this point. And it looks like it probably is. So, if they had a burn spell, they would have already used it. Which means I'm just going to play out the tap card, or the tap land, even though I could hold up Titanic Growth. We want to get the blue online as soon as possible. Yep, 4/6, no relevance here. Not when we have nasty Titanic Growth waiting in hand. Yeah, if they don't block, they go to 5. If they do block, we trample over for quite a bit of damage, and we even get to follow up play Skyrider Patrol. Bada boom, bada bing. Easy breezy, beautiful. Looks like we're playing against another 3-color deck with some fatties. I think, again, I like bringing in Cancel and taking out the Scholar. And they are playing blue, so Plummet is not the worst, just quote-unquote blind bring-in. What would I cut for it, though? That is the real question. If I bring in a second Cancel, what do I bring in for the first Plummet? Alright, maybe I can just take out the Oracle. It was fine there, but feels like it's probably my lowest quality card. The Reclamation Sage we're unsure of yet. Ugh, well, another mulligan for us. 6 we go. And this looks good. Bottom of Forest. Gonna go Boneyard into Scatter. Into Sift on turn 4. Hopefully they don't have something to do here. They have a Druid. Okay. And that means they're going to ramp into a 4-drop. Potentially. Yep. Nothing I can do but just scatter away. Play land pass. They have a lot of mountains, a lot of forests, and a lot of islands. Hey, we found a Reclamation Sage target. That's pretty good. In fact, that's really good knowing that they have so much blue in their deck. We just get a Rec Sage that next turn. I like that a lot. Beautiful. The blowouts are real. Game. Nice double blue cards. Nice double blue cards. Another Havoc Demon, sure. Alright, let's just sift for now. Discard a forest. Looking for another island, I suppose, so we can cast one of our blue cards, in addition to holding up cancel. Oof. Well, I guess we're attacking for 2. A little bit safe, though, since we have the Totally Lost in hand, so I'm going to go ahead and run out the Dwindle here on their Demon. And then play Wind Mage. And now if they pass the turn again next turn, we just get to hold up cancels and get them. But I assume this is going to get electrified. Or, sure, lightning struck. Some kind of removal. Oof, that is not what we wanted to see. That is a rather large creature. So we're going to totally lost that after they draw. I could even go for the Titanic Growth on the Reclamation Sage to trade away with the Siegebreaker. That doesn't seem very good, though. I'm assuming they have a few blue cards stuck in their hand, but can't be 100% certain. We're hoping they whiff one more turn. If they just pass the turn, it would be so good. Or just play something small. Nice. Pass it is. You get to bash in for 2. Play land and pass. We'd still love to draw some action, but sometimes you don't draw action, you know? Four cards in hand, one of them the Siegebreaker Giant, and presumably 1 or 2 blue cards. Not a bad draw. Not a bad draw. Especially when now they don't have a huge creature on the battlefield. Let's jam Big Daddy. Come on, let us untap one more time. If I untap with Cancel and Dreadmaw, I'm going to feel real good. Woohoo! Oh! Daddy liked this a lot! That is disgusting. The funny thing is, I think this is Guillaume Wafotapo that we're playing against. And so us being the control player with all the permission is kind of funny. I don't mind using Bone to Ash there, since we still have Cancel in our hand. Oh my, that is another very good draw. And we just put him on a 2-turn clock. Easy baby GG. Easy baby GG. It's going to be pretty hard to get through now that I have Cancel and Titanic Growth. Those were just amazing draws for us, the Dreadmaw and the Goreclaw. We have it all. As they say in the business, we've got it all. So this is 12 points of trample damage. I could have Titanic Growth my Reclamation Sage prior to the attacking with Goreclaw to allow it to get the trample, but I don't think there's much they can have here when we have Cancel and Growth in our hand. And that, my friends, is going to do it. We are sitting pretty at 2-0 with this deck. That is real nice. Let's go to round 3. Here we are for the final round, round 3 of this M19 draft with our Sultai control deck will be on the play. And we got a keeper. Some good 3-drops, some good card draw, some interaction. As long as we hit our 4th land on curve, we are sitting pretty. But even if we don't hit it on time, we do have another 3-drop to follow up our first 3-drop. Obviously, the ideal draw is the Dryad Greenseeker, but yeah, I'm not gonna ask for too much. You know, I'm not gonna be greedy. Mountain from the opponent. There's our 4th land for us. I think we're gonna lead with the Basilisk over the Wind Mage. If the opponent just passes here on turn 2. Pridemate, okay. Yeah, we're probably still just leading with the Basilisk. In red-white, the Pridemate is not as good as in the white-black deck, since that has the most life gain, but this is still a card that can get out of hand pretty scary, and I think this is probably a matchup that's not great for us. The red-white deck tends to go pretty wide, so I'm not going to have really good opportunity to, yeah, they did have a shock. Really good opportunity to just stabilize the board. Hey, there's our Greenseeker. Yeah, I'm going to sift this turn before we start taking too much damage. And I guess we discard Recollect. Next turn we can go Greenseeker plus Wind Mage, or just play one of our creatures and hold up Titanic Growth. I don't think this is going to be a game where I can recollect the Sift. Yeah, see. Dwindle would also be a fine draw here. Nope, another land. So I'm definitely playing the Wind Mage. The question is, do I want to play the Greenseeker out in addition to it? And I think not. I think we just play the Wind Mage and pass, holding up the Titanic Growth. See if they go for like an Electrify. Dwarven Priest. Triggers their Pridemate. And we hope they don't have another shock. I think we kill the Pridemate here because of the potential of what it can be. Even though the demon is a little bit scary, I like this play. Another land. Alright, well now I wish I'd kept the Recollect, because that would be an amazing play right now. Man, get back my Sift. Ugh. Should have gone for greed. Yeah, can you imagine just having Sift in my hand right now? I'd feel so good. Mistakes were made! I'm double blocking the Havoc Demon if they attack. Hoping this works out. Crossing our fingers. Okay. That gives me hope, as our Greenseeker can just block the Priest by itself. That's fine. Play an artifact. Gutter Snipe. Uh-oh. Alright. I guess we don't want to draw like a Dreadmaw here. Not the worst draw, truthfully, but not the best. No instants or sorceries. Just creatures if you have any. No! I think we do Bone Dash that while we have an opportunity to do something. That was a target for our Reclamation Sage, though. Hold. Stabilize. Hold the position. Alright, so we're going to put Sage on Gutter Snipe. Green Seeker on the 2-1 or 2-4. Good, that's great for us. Rejuvenator's a good brick wall for the Swiftclaw. And let's try to hit some lands here. Skyrider Patrol. Alright, that's not bad. We can... And this might be a better play, actually. Make our Green Seeker a 2-4. I think that is better. Because now it blocks both of their creatures. Okay, we might have, as they say, turned the corner. Man, I'm still regretting that Sift, though. That Recollect. Still not in awesome position, but doesn't look too terrible. So if they attack with both, what do I do? I think if they attack with both, I just throw the Green Seeker in front of the Swiftclaw, because that beats Inspired Charge and Trumpet Blasts, as it's still a trade. Whereas trying to do something to the Priest could end up problematic. Still have 3 cards in their hand, though. Okay, land number 6. Could be a Volcanic Dragon. Ah, Hieromancer's Cage. Alright. So, let's see what they eat here. It might be the Patrol. But if they eat the Patrol, that means they don't get to attack this turn. Nice, alright. I like that play. It gets rid of the more problematic creature, one that can just snowball if they leave it on the battlefield. If they attack, that's scary as hell. But luckily they did not. Dwindle. Okay, I think we save that for like a flying creature. 2 Dreadmaws and Essence Scatter. Oh no, both of our Dreadmaws are now on the bottom of our library. So we have like Thornhide Wolves, Goreclaw. Ugh. Well, that's not the flyer I had in mind when I said I was going to dwindle a flyer. Alright, looks like Reclamation Sage has a decent number of targets in their deck, already shown 3. Do I have a giant spider in this deck? I don't actually remember. Do I have one in the sideboard? No. Actually, Naturalize is not going to be a bad bring-in as well. Even if it just kills one of their 1/1 flyers, that's not terrible. Okay, Oracle was a good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swamp was not a good draw. I think we're going to chill for a turn before dwindling the Sky Scanner. I don't have a lot of life to work with, but I have enough to where taking a hit or 2 from Sky Scanner is not going to be problematic. Unless they have like a Banefire, in which case I was going to be dying anyways. Land number 8. Pass, alright. Hey, that's a good draw. Alright, that was a very good draw. I forgot we had an Archer in our deck too. So now I actually think I'm going to attack with the Rocks Oracle. I need to start pressuring them at some point, and if they trade with their 3/1, that's fine. We'll take 2 damage. I guess the card I'm most worried about is like a Pegasus Courser. I mean, besides something that would instantly kill me like a Lava Axe. Because Courser gets around the dwindle by still giving their other creature... No, that doesn't matter. I have Poison Tip Archer. What am I talking about? Don't listen to me. Yeah. We're doing okay here. A little bit precarious life total, but we're doing okay. Alright, draw an extra card. Oof, that's not bad. It's gonna let us start attacking in. In fact, I could even start activating immediately if I really wanted to. Remember, both of our Dreadmaw are on the bottom 5 cards of our library. That's an issue. Stag is going to be a problem. Because I can tap down that. I guess I still eat it, but I might take a little bit of damage. Okay, that was a good hit. I need to start attacking them. Even if they tap down the archer, we're okay here. I don't think we dwindle quite yet. But we need to start forcing some action. I would like to draw like Totally Lost. That would be pretty good, I think. What else do I have? Strangling Spores. Strangling Spores, Totally Lost. Those are both candidates for good draws. I don't think either of those were in the pile of the double Colossal Dreadmaw. Okay, that's actually not that bad. That creature was never blocking anyways, so... I like their use of it, though, because that can start providing a clock. Even though they had the Star-Crowned Crag, they could have, like, chump attacked their Crag into my creatures. Ah, there's the Totally Lost. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So now we just pass here. Keep getting extra cards, the Green Seeker. Let's see, 5, 10, 11. So 6 lands left in the deck. Angel of Dawn! Okay, what does that do? What happens if they attack with everything now? This either taps this or this. So if it taps this... No, that's not good for them. If it taps this, eat, chump, block. I think that's fine. Tap the wolf. Eat. Actually, I would probably eat over here. Eat, chump, block. Yeah, that seems good. Their attacks are still not stellar. Ooh, are they going to go for it? I like this. Yeah, okay. What are you going to tap? Thornhide Wolf it is. So I'm going to take 2 damage here, but that's fine. They're going to lose some life as well. I'm at 4. They're at 18. I had the option of like totally losting that cage, but I don't think that's worth it. Goreclaw, okay. So let's dwindle the flyer. If I Goreclaw here, I don't have enough to totally lost. But I think I have to play it out. Hopefully this doesn't bite me in the butt. Okay, nice. Whew. Draw an extra card. 11 cards left in library. 10 now. Can I start attacking? Can I put them on a 2-turn clock? Attack for 10? I think we do. I think I attacked with both Thornhide and Goreclaw. This is a 10 damage trampling attack. And then I just totally lost a Star-Crowned Stag on their turn, on their upkeep. because of trample, they don't get to chump with the Angel of Dawn. We're still going to trample for the full amount. This just means that we know that they don't have artifact or enchantment removal. So they draw the stag for the turn. Replay it. Yes. Look at the top card, draw it. And I think we win here. So if we attack with both of these, that is 10 power. They cannot block with just the priest. Otherwise, we trample for 6 and they lose 1 from the poison tip archer. Yeah, we bash with everything. GG. Woo! What a game. What a life, chat. I keep saying chat, goddammit. Oh, this is what happens when you stream full time for a living. Can they survive? What if they put stag plus priest on Goreclaw? And then... No. Any way they do it, I think they're taking too much trample damage or too much creature damage. Boom, baby! That was a scary game one. Alright, I think Wall of Mist probably comes in. Looks like Naturalize and Plummet can probably come in. I like Uncomfortable Chill. I think Recollect might be too slow. I really like Bone to Ash, but it might be too... Oh, Rock's Oracle can definitely come out too. Yeah, so let's bring in Wall of Mist. Let's bring in Chill. For the Plummet, I don't think we saw... Well, no, that's not true. Okay, so they had two Sky Scanners and the Angel. That's probably good enough. I think we can cut the growth. The question is now, do I bring in the Naturalize? And I think the Naturalize is the card that I'm going to leave out. And let's go to Game 2 versus the Red-White Aggro. Scary stuff. Alright, here we are for Game 2 of the finals of this M19 draft. Our opponent put us on the play. And this is a hand that I am very happy to keep. Elvish Rejuvenator into Sift. So that means even if they play their like Oreskos 3/1 dude on turn 2, we have the Rejuvenator on turn 3 since they put us on the play. Hoping to hit Submerged Boneyard off of this baby, but we'll see. We'll take a land, any land. So Plummet, Dreadmaw, and 1 Uncomfortable Chill on the bottom. Come on, untap land for that turn 4 Thornhide Wolf. That would be amazing. Nice. And they don't even have a play on turn 3, which is kind of crazy. I think we saw, what, Lightning Strike from them last game? So... Thornhide Wolf a little bit too big for that. Oh, I think they had Shock too, right? They could double burn spell, I suppose. Oh, the dream is if they like Luminous Bonds my Thornhide Wolf and I draw Reclamation Sage. Step 1, Luminous Bond. Step 2, draw Reclamation Sage. Alright. Let's go ahead and sift here. Discard. I guess we don't need the Boneyard anymore. We actually want the extra green source, since we still have double green cards in deck. Not being able to hold up some interaction here is unfortunate, but I can't complain with our position. If we draw another land, we get to go Goreclaw plus hold up cancel, which is great. We still have 2 removal spells in hand. So, I'm loving our position right now. Mainly because they haven't done anything. You got it. Sky Scanner resolves, buddy. Turn 5, 1/1 flyer. Disgusting! That is the dream. And now we just kill the luminous bonds, attack with everything, hold up cancel, say, game over, brother. Game over. Alright, trade away. So one thing that your opponent, when they're playing like red-white aggro, not playing many threats out could mean is that they have like a Cleansing Nova, which is the Wrath of the format. It's 5 mana, destroy all creatures, or destroy all artifacts and enchantments. But if they're shocking my Reclamation Sage, that's a good sign that they don't have it. I'm definitely not canceling that, as the 2/1 is not relevant enough to keep. Cage, we will go ahead and cancel though, as a 4/5 is definitely good enough to keep. And they pass the turn. We draw a deckhand, good. Again, if they're using a removal like that, it's highly unlikely that they have a Wrath in their hand. Not to say that they can't have it in their deck, but highly unlikely that it's in their hand, so we are just going to run out the double beaters here. Wouldn't be surprised to see if a Lightning Strike coming from them, as they kept a really slow hand, and we haven't really given them a good Lightning Strike target until this turn. But if they just don't do anything, they are currently dead on board. I'm thinking about something here. There it is. There's the Lightning Strike. And they're killing the deckhand instead of killing the Goreclaw. They're still dead here, because this is 10 damage or trample, so they must have another removal spell. Wow, double Lightning Strike. Opponent has some real good removal. And a Dragon Egg. Land. Attack for 4. They can make a dragon, it's fine. 2 cards left in their hand. I am not at all worried currently. Knight of the Tusk. Let's counter that. And they're going to pump their dragon and hit me for 3. Only 1 card left in their hand. Alright, attack for 4, pass. Mana now, 1 card left. And it is a Havoc Devil, sure. Looks like they're going to go for the double block blowout, so... Well, I kind of wish I had Strangling Spores end of turn now that we do the Dread Maw, but I think they're double blocking here, so... They honestly might just concede to the Strangling Spores. Oh, maybe not. All right. Your turn. Draw a good one. Nice. Woof. 3-0. Wow, that felt real good, especially since I was actually on a bit of a losing streak on stream up until this point. So playing good Magic, winning with a kind of a dirtle deck feels real nice. I think we played well, we drew well, and got a little bit lucky in some points, but hey, I'll take it. A nice 3-0 here for this draft video on MTGO Traders. Don't forget, folks, if you want to watch any of my other content, don't forget to check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/NumottheNummy, where I stream every weekday. Or you can check my YouTube page, same, just look for NumottheNummy. For MTGO Traders, for Kenji, for NumottheNummy, for all of you at home watching, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Drafting with Numot. hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at M19. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome MTG content just like this. And make sure to tap the bell icon to be notified whenever a video is made live. If you want to keep watching content, here are 2 more videos for you. This video and many others are sponsored by MTGO Traders and Cape Fear Games. Buy and sell digital singles to build your online collection today with MTGO Traders, and get your paper singles, accessories, and much more from Cape Fear Games. Whatever your Magic needs, both places have you covered.